When law enforcement agencies investigated these claims, they often found that the cow's ears, eyes, rectums, and sexual organs were cut away with a surgical precision, and that newspaper reports from the time suggest that over 10,000 cases were reported by the end of the decade.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Drip Podcast. We're going left. I don't mean politically, I mean away from conspiracy. No, to conspiracy. Away from paranormal. It's a conspiracy within itself. Whoa. Meta. In the worst way possible. That was awful, but we're still here. So today, we're not... Mine's a little bit paranormal, actually. But we're not doing like ghost stories and stuff. We're going to do some conspiracies. Let us know down below what you think. Did you enjoy it? I know I'm asking you right at the start, but hit that like button to support us. And, sorry, I just dropped my pen. So, conspiracies. We've all brought a conspiracy here today. It's me, Bailey, Scott, and Lozzie. And we're just going to have some fun with it. And I hate that I have to do this, but I'm going to preface this episode, okay? I know some conspiracies can be divisive. Some conspiracies can be upsetting. Some of them rightly so upsetting. But, you know, listen, we're here to have fun. We're here to just, you know, scratch the surface of some conspiracies. We're not saying we believe them. We're not saying that, you know, any of these things are true. We're just here to have a good time. Okay? So don't take it too seriously. And the next 45 minutes to an hour of your life will be a lot more enjoyable. Okay? In fact, take that into every walk of your life and you'll probably have a better time. So, yeah. Okay. First of all, the conspiracy world. Myself and Loz, we go way back with conspiracies. In fact, Loz, when I was... I got a little nostalgic by accident when I was researching for this episode because I stumbled across the time cube.
Ah, yes.
Do you remember the time cube? And who was that guy? Was it something Sherman? The guy that made the time cube conspiracy? We used to do conspiracy videos in my living room at my mum's. We put up a black screen and just sat in front of it and chat shit about conspiracies, and it was really good fun. And we had that one. Some of those videos have like popped off in like consequential years. Do you remember the Saddam? I hope no one's brought these to today's episode, by the way. Although I'm not going to go too deeply in. Do you remember the Saddam Hussein has a fucking Stargate?
Oh, bollocks!
That one. No, that one's like popped off. We also solved every single conspiracy ever, because ultimately every single conspiracy leads back to sperm, because everyone in existence was once a sperm.
There you go.
Brilliant. And the thing is, you can't say we're wrong, because that is correct. Unless, of course, you've got alien conspiracies, in which case, all right, fair enough. But yeah, so I stumbled across the Time Cube conspiracy. It's not what I'm bringing today. But yeah, I felt nostalgic. Go back and watch those videos, guys, if you're listening or watching. They're very good fun. But yeah, so obviously, you know, with Atma, we've done many conspiracy episodes. We interviewed David Weiss, who is quite big in the flat earth world.
He is indeed.
You know? And we weren't there to, you know, argue with him. We were just there to have a cool conversation. I wasn't saying I believed half the stuff, or even probably 98% of the stuff, or maybe even 100% of the stuff that he said. But, you know, just taking that attitude into conspiracies, I think, you know, unless people are peddling, like, the bad stuff. The Earth's flat, who gives a fuck? Oh, no, my life is over because someone believes the Earth is flat, you know? So, yeah. But no, so we're very well versed in the conspiracy world, so I know we are fond of it. Lozzie, you also used to wear a tinfoil hat.
Yep, back in the chemtrail episode, I think that was, wasn't it?
Brilliant. Yeah, that absolutely was. But Bailey and Scott, where do you stand on conspiracies? Are there any that you just, you believe?
With conspiracies, I really enjoy conspiracies. I find them, they kind of just, open your eyes a little bit. Maybe there is something a little bit deeper going on with certain things. And it gives you a little fresh perspective on stuff, which I do like. I found it very difficult to research ones that haven't been done to death for this video, because obviously conspiracy content is obviously very popular. But I think I might have bought a bit of a doozy.
Nice. Excellent. Scott, what are your thoughts on conspiracies?
I like a conspiracy. I quite like your sort of more obscure ones. So, stuff like Avril Lavigne.
Oh.
Nice.
Always one
is that she's
That's
dead
it.
and she was cloned? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I assume nobody bought that one because,
No.
No, it's all good.
Ones like that and Paul McCartney.
I nearly did Paul McCartney's dead.
Oof. All of those ones I always quite like.
It's interesting with conspiracies because it flips on its head depending on the celebrity. I mean, there's ones where Michael Jackson's still alive, obviously, do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I hope no one's brought that.
No, I haven't brought it. But hey, if the people at home like it and we do another conspiracy episode, then maybe we'll bring those to the table. In fact, comment down below what your favourite conspiracies. The more niche, the better. But yeah, is there like a conspiracy that really stands out to you? Like for me, and I'm a believer in some conspiracies. Like some conspiracies are only a conspiracy until they're not. MK Ultra was a conspiracy, and then the CIA declassified some documents and oh yeah, that like brainwashing thing. Yeah, we did actually do that. So, yeah, sick. Okay, so some things are conspiracies until they're not. So one of the things, I'm not saying this was a conspiracy and now it's not. I'm just saying one of my conspiracies. Do I think we went to the moon? Yes. No, I do think we've been to the moon. Do I think the moon landing footage was faked? Yes. I think that because of the radiation in space, etc., and the limited technologies at the time, I think that the footage was lost, so they redid it in a Hollywood studio.
Okay.
So that's one that I do believe. But I'm not saying we didn't go. I'm saying we went. It went a bit tits up, so we refilmed it. That's what I'm saying. What ones do you believe?
One that really stands out to me, they're not really, I wouldn't really call them, I mean, the first one is aliens. I don't really think that's a conspiracy. I just believe that there are aliens out there.
It's a conspiracy to flat earthers, mate, because space isn't real.
Yeah. And the second one is simulation theory.
Nice.
I don't know if it is
that's
really
a good
considered, one. But yeah, I do believe those two are like the prominent ones.
Something happened the other day, and it was so like, I don't know what this says about me, but it was so like, something happened. I can't fucking remember, but I remember saying to Maya, like, because this is happening, there is no fucking way that I'm not in a simulation and everyone else is NPCs, because like, this is just fucking ridiculous. Why is this so like? But it's a shit story because I can't actually remember what it was about. If I remember during this podcast, I'll let you know. But something happened, and I was like, "This world has to have been tailored for me." Also, but I tell you what, outside of simulation theory, but inside simulation theory,
ooh.
Do you ever walk around, right? Like I was walking through fucking Chapelfield, Chantry Place, which is like a big shopping mall in Norwich, right? Rammed, and there's all these people, right? And I'm walking through, and I'm just thinking, mate, every single one of these people have their own life that is nothing to do with me, and all those people in their lives have lives, and all their people in their lives have lives, and it's so incomprehensibly large. 8 billion people have their own lives that have nothing to do with me. Like right now, there are people that don't know us for existing, they're just doing shit.
Missing out.
How is that fucking possible unless outside of my periphery, nothing exists because things have to load in to my simulation.
That's
Nice.
There is
I
no
like
way
it.
to discuss simulation theory without sounding like an absolute
Oh,
fucking
nutjob.
narcissist.
Mate, I was thinking about that the other day as well. Okay, so obviously there's more evidence for us to be in a simulation than for us
Yeah.
not to be in a simulation, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that made it very apparent to me, now where I live, I'm not going to indulge myself and say exactly where I am, but okay, it's not a very large place, okay, and I have lived here my entire life, okay, from a very small fucking child to the very small man I am today.
Nice.
And we have a Tesco's, and I go to Tesco's very regularly, okay? And you're walking through and you're like, where the fuck have you been the last 29 years of my life? Because you are not real. Where the fuck have you been? Like, shut the fuck up. How have I lived here this long and today is the first day I'm seeing you?
Yeah.
And when you're just driving through the town as well, you're like, where have you come from?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Where the fuck have you been? Don't tell me you live in this town. You're lying. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like the fucking NPCs, they just spawn in. It's like, have they got an okay face? I'm not really paying too much attention. They haven't put the detail in there,
Yeah.
you know?
Isn't it? It's weird.
It's weird.
It is weird. That's one I can definitely get on board with. Is simulation theory, as like I say, but you can't discuss it without feeling like that, unless like more people are like maybe it's multiplayer.
Oh,
You know, maybe
MMO.
yeah.
That's it.
But it's just weird to think if let's roll with it. That this is a simulation. This is my simulation. You three aren't real. You're NPCs.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly what an NPC would say, Bailey, wouldn't it?
Oh.
How weird is that, though? Or if it's your simulation, I'm not real. I'm an NPC telling you I'm an NPC right now.
When we, yeah,
We're
literally
breaking
when we
the
hang up.
simulation.
When we hang up this call, we just don't exist anymore because none of us are the main character. What?
Like my yeah, well, Maya's not here in this episode because she had a hair appointment.
Despawned. Oh.
Yeah, had a hair appointment, right? Now, I think she's just got back. I think I heard the door. But outside of that door there, is it even rendered? Is she downstairs? Or was it just a sound cue in this simulation?
That's it.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
terrified.
There was a thing about, I don't know, we're going on to simulations a lot, but there was a thing about like particle theory. Like, if you're shining, I can't, like, I'm going to butcher this, but watch a video on it because it is really actually interesting. They were shining particles through like a slit. And if you, like, you'd see, like, as it goes through, it would kind of bounce off each other and make it look like rays. But I would only do that when they weren't looking. Like, if you looked at it, it changed the behavior when they were looking, as if, like,
So yeah, if they're viewed.
yeah, it's weird. Like, and then they was like, okay, we'll put a camera here and we'll see what it does, but we won't turn it on. And we'll just, like, look from a distance. And it thought it was being watched, so it didn't render properly. It was weird. I don't know how they, like, tested it. But, yeah, it's just watch it. Find a look out for it. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
I think I that does ring a bell.
Yeah. I butchered it to fuck. So find someone
No,
who actually
but
knows what
but-
they're talking
but
about.
the-
But you get what I mean.
100%. Yeah, you've got the bulk there. Absolutely. Before we go, I don't know why you just reminded. I guess science.
It's science.
And it does tie into conspiracies. And I nearly brought it to the table. It was the Hadron Collider will create a portal to hell.
Oh.
Now, we're not going to go into that, but at my school, so the Hadron Collider was turned on when I was in year 10, so same for Lozzie, and then you guys, obviously, a little bit younger, but not too much younger. And I remember that day so vividly, because it was built up so much that, like, turning on this Hadron Collider, which is a particle accelerator, which they did discover the God particle from, which is thought to be what this again might be butchered, but I think it's along the lines of the God particle is what is thought to be particle, like mimics a particle that would have been there seconds after the Big Bang or something like that. Anyway, it was thought that it could potentially create a black hole and destroy us. And there were kids at my school, not myself, although I was nervous, and I don't give a fuck, I'll tell you if it was me, that cried that morning. Because I
Okay.
was just so fucking scared of the Hadron collider being turned on. Anyone else recall any tears?
I don't recall tears, but I do remember that was like the buzz around the school was like, oh, this could be the last day.
Yeah.
So let's flip some tables. And then that was every day. So yeah, the other one I can think of is the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, yeah.
2012. We were in each
yeah.
other's lives then, Loz.
That's it. That's it.
2
It could have
years.
been it. But
Yeah.
Well, there's also
It's
some
funny you
theories
mention
that
it.
the world did end in
Yeah, that's a
2012.
funny thing you was about to mention.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Apparently, we got sucked into a black hole, and everything after that is just. And that's why we've had weird
Like,
what's it called? Slips through different realities and Mandela effects, because it's all happened since then. Because we're actually all dead.
yeah. That's it.
that's how it goes.
Maybe we are.
knows?
Maybe we are. Well, that's another theory. Well, we might as well just go over all these theories. 'Cause there's also the theory that you are dead
Oh,
and that you are currently re-experiencing, like, my life flashed before my eyes. When you die, apparently, like, your brain goes into fucking overdrive. And when you dream at night, your dreams that seem to last, like, all night, like, fucking for ages and ages, in reality last about 8 minutes. I think, or 8 seconds. 8 seconds or 8 minutes, something like that. And so when you die, your brain activity look like it just explodes with like fucking activity. And so the theory is that you're reliving your life. So in your mind, to you, you are literally redoing your life day by day, which might be what we're doing right now. But in reality, you're dying
Yeah,
and you're laying there. Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
I've seen the theory that you go back through your life to essentially try and find a way to survive the current thing that's
Oh, well,
killing
that's
you.
just even fucking cooler,
So
isn't
you
it?
play back your entire life to go, at this point this happened, if I do that now I might survive.
Oh, well, I didn't
Which
know
I like
that
as,
element. That's
as an
really
escape
cool.
method. Like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, how I die is aliens invade, and I can't really fucking prevent that. Bollocks. Might be a future episode, though. Alien invasion survival tactics coming soon.
There you
Look
go.
out for that. I'm just going to do a little bit of plugging. I'm so sorry. Check out the Etsy. Drip Paranormal on Etsy. We're doing T-shirts. And we've got some voodoo designs. We've got a big one on the back. I think we've still got a couple of pockets left as well. And then for Christmas, you're getting Lozzie Damnation for Christmas. Big Damnation back print. Drip on the front. Looks very cool. That's not out yet. I'll probably be dropping that like early December. Oh, wait. When does this go out? Okay. It might be out imminently. So that I can get the orders done, hopefully for Christmas. I can definitely print them for Christmas as if, the delivery companies, because obviously they're very busy in December. So, yeah. But anyway, and also the Patreon, of course, patreon.com/Dirty Rhino. Actually, Scott, oh no, I will ask. Sorry, I'll ask for a Patreon question of the day. Anyway, let's get to our conspiracies. Let's start with Scott. What is your conspiracy? Please.
so, mine is actually somewhat topical.
Nice.
Not really, it's in the 70s.
Oh.
But,
What the fuck?
so, you may have...
Another classic Scott quote for you there.
You may have noticed
It's
today,
topical. If you were born in the 70s.
You may have noticed today farms are in the news, and this
Yes.
in general, the last
Yes.
few weeks. Mine is about cattle mutilation,
Ah,
Okay.
Okay.
so it's kind of farm parallel, except it's based in America. So there's a few caveats.
Ranch then.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So
ranch.
in the 1970s, the cowboy state, which I have now lost, I believe it's Missouri, no, Wyoming, one of those, and the wider west of America was home to a number of grotesque cattle mutilations, and ranchers and law enforcement were at a loss. The stories that began to surge in popularity in 1973 were of small-scale ranchers who would report that their cattle were being mutilated. When law enforcement agencies investigated these claims, they often found that the cows' ears, eyes, rectums, and sexual organs were cut away with a surgical precision, and that newspaper reports from the time suggest that over 10,000 cases were reported by the end of the decade.
10,000?
Whoa.
Did you just moo?
No, I said, whoa. But it did sound good.
I thought you fucking mooed.
But yeah, 10,000 is a lot of cows.
That's insane. That's so many. That's a fucking epidemic. I can't believe it's... I know, obviously, I've heard of cow mutilations. You know. Lozzie's done several. No, that was a joke. That was an unfounded allegation that I rescind. But aliens, on the other hand, they've got... I mean, they haven't been proven to exist, but they've definitely got previous in the allegation category.
So,
you hear about it all the time. Sorry,
some
so I thought
news
you were
stories.
finished.
There's a lot more.
Back to the main character.
Scott's just like, can you shut the fuck up?
Well, some news stories from the time suggested that UFOs may have been to blame.
Oh?
But among the ranchers, the most common theory was of a government conspiracy. Some even suggested that the mutilations might be part of a secret government bioweapon test.
Vegan. No, they wouldn't do that, would they? No. I was thinking they might be trying to stop them from drinking milk, but they wouldn't kill the animal. So, again, rescinded. CIA, redacted. Carry on. I was going to stop talking. Sorry.
While the majority of reports and sites of the mutilations had minimal evidence to work with, there were a number that reported seeing unmarked military-style helicopters near the crime scenes. And in some cases, ranchers even report being chased by these helicopters. And of course, in a classic American style, these ranchers then shot back at the helicopters.
Nice.
And this threat went so far...
That
the
eagle's
Nebraska-
made of steel! What the fuck?
Oh no! God.
No. It's
it
just
went
a
so
joke.
far. The Nebraska National Guard began flying at 2,000 feet instead of the usual 1,000 feet to avoid gunfire,
Wow.
which is very American.
God bless America, man. They're just...
It's all well and
they're
good to see
amazing, aren't
until you see a rocket coming. Oh shit, they've upgraded.
So, former Uinta County Sheriff Leonard Heisel said, "We found a lot of rotor wash around the carcasses. We found the marks of the landing skids. That led me to believe it was something a little more involved. And predators wouldn't have anything to do with the carcasses. Birds wouldn't peck on them, and we never had any incidents like this before, and we never had any after. If it was predators, why didn't they just carry on?"
Ah,
That's interesting that the birds wouldn't pet, so it's almost like they were contaminated
yeah.
with
Yeah.
alien radiation.
So, a different sheriff, this one was Gary Gibbs from El Paso County Sheriff Department.
Here's El Paso. I got you covered, boy. Give me that story. I covered this on the news.
So you want to hear about the case for 10,000 cows?
I got the deal.
Somebody's been cow tipping with a scalpel.
Took his necklace, boy. He took his nuts clean off.
They took our cow!
They took your tears. Ah,
Gary Gibbs, yes.
Gary Gibbs has a different theory,
That's class.
that it was a satanic cult.
ah.
And Gary went on to claim, "There are nomadic people. In the past 2 years, we found evidence of similar happenings in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming."
Damn.
Which I think
I
is
don't
about
know
half
much.
of America.
That's a lot of cows.
And apparently this isn't a small group of Satanists. There were several thousand members across the country. And apparently some people laugh at the idea. But Gary Gibbs had been working very hard on the problem, and he has definitive evidence that he's not shared.
Huh?
Right.
They want to catch these people.
Satanists.
Yeah, they want to catch these people because they don't know what they'll do when they get tired of mutilating cows.
I mean, they're 10,000 in. I kind of think at that point it's a fucking fetish, isn't it? It's like, they're not slowing down anytime soon.
We do 10,001. That's just crazy.
The interesting thing about the government conspiracy side, so the FBI were asked by Nebraska Senator Curtis to investigate and generally try and work out what was going on with these cattle. And the FBI came back and basically said, it's nothing to do with us. The FBI concluded it was simply the work of animal predators.
Was it?
Fucking hell.
Our good friend Leonard Heisel, the Uena County Sheriff, as mentioned before, said that he suspected that the government was involved in the mutilations, possibly due to a chemical or biological mishap, and it needed a test to see how extensive the material had spread. And it wouldn't be the first time this had taken place. One facility in Utah, known to be involved in chemical and biological weapons testing, is the Dugway Proving Grounds, located 85 miles southwest of Salt Lake City, where in 1994 a congressional report said that back in 1968, 6,400 sheep near the facility died following the intentional release of a deadly nerve gas from a plane, and that initially the Defense Department denied any responsibility for the accident. However, the nerve agent was identified when the poisoned sheep were autopsied and made it clear they were not killed by pesticides as previously claimed by the government.
Ooh.
So could this be another case of the government hiding their involvement in livestock slaughter?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. But that doesn't explain the surgical precision, though. However...
I think the implication was the surgical precision was them taking samples to test.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Plausible. Most definitely. I was going to say, when the FBI rolled out, now obviously knowing that there are UFO divisions within the government, that is proven, for the FBI to come out and go, it's just animal predators, that makes me believe even more that it's aliens, because that to me is just a distraction tactic, and a shit one at that. But
Sorry, Scott, I don't know if I missed it. What year was this?
Early 1970s.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, 1970s.
yeah, so that's didn't know it was 10,000. That is ridiculous. Nerve agent, can buy that. You know, the sheep being a perfect example of that. Or like some sort of chemical weapon. Surgical, to take samples. Do you need to take 10,000 samples? Like, fucking hell, this nerve gas kills things, doesn't it? But like... You know, I reckon you kill 100 cows, so that's pretty fucking efficient. But no, 10,000. I think it's the aliens. I think they're coming down. I think they're doing things to us. They're taking samples. I'm not necessarily for nefarious reasons. Like, you know, as human beings, we go into like the Amazon and we just like take samples of shit all the time. Maybe they're just curious, but yeah, I like that a lot as a conspiracy. I'm a big believer in aliens, you know, 100%, and I would put that down to aliens. More so now because of the FBI trying to fob it off. Because, you know, for the FBI to fob it off as animal predators, they're not taking fucking 10,000 samples, assuming that, you know, all 10,000 of them were, you know, surgically slaughtered.
Yeah, alien predators tend not to do surgical... Alien predators? Animal predators.
Yeah.
Animal predators tend not to do surgical, you know, cutting and dismembering either. I think they're a bit more vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the birds not being interested in the
that's
corpses.
weird as well. I mean, that could tie into like some sort of chemical thing.
Yeah, 100%.
The
birds know.
Aliens. Yeah, weird. I think
aliens are also a solid option with that.
Yeah, for sure. Very spooky, very creepy. Loz, what you got?
Now, me going after Scott is just... Well, compared to Scott's, this is going to be absolutely fucking awful. But I will say, I do believe there is a shred of truth in this.
Okay.
Not that I have any evidence of it, I'm just saying my personal experience. I don't know about you guys. I don't know when the last time you all applied for a job was, how long ago that was. I don't know how many jobs you applied for, but do you feel like there are some positions that are posted on job websites like Indeed or your CV library, all that shit, that you perhaps think they want all my data up front and they share data with these companies? Are these posts, are these jobs real, or are they just farming your data?
Ooh, data farmers.
That's it.
Just took what you said and just...
I've seen loads of...
Reword, reuse.
They're farming your data.
Recycle. Yeah, so I've seen quite a few Reddit posts about like people think like, what, I've not heard from any of these jobs that I've applied for. All right, you might put it down to them just being completely overrun with applications and just don't bother responding to people.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a few people on there who are saying, well, it seems very logical for a company to put out a job advert that might not even exist in reality and just get your name, your address, your email address, your date of birth, perhaps, or your age, and then they can just sell it to whoever wants it.
Okay.
The black market.
That's it. This is what I'm saying, like me going after Scott was a bit of a downwards trajectory.
No, it's interesting you say it though, because I feel, I mean, I've had my fair few jobs, you know, and I've always found, like thinking off the top of my head, like maybe the 6 jobs that I've actually got, but when I applied directly to the company rather than going through like one of these, you know, these job websites where they, you know, just upload and then we'll get you in there, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not actually going anywhere.
It makes a lot of sense. Like, our data is harvested all the fucking time, and they're really sneaky about it as well. Like, I hate it when you're reading an article online and then the pop-up comes up like, do you consent to blah blah, and I always hit reject all, but even then, like, they're sneaky about it. Like, you've got like, it'll say like accept all, but then you've got to scroll down to the bottom, and it's like, oh shit, it does actually say reject all, but it's right at the bottom, you bastards. So they're always trying to get your information, always trying to sell it. So I mean, in all honesty, although it's absolutely wrong and sly as fuck, what you've just said about, you know, creating a fake job to harvest people's information is quite clever.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a way of getting people to you know, give their information of their own accord because they think that they're going to get a potential job out of it, whereas potentially, if this conspiracy is true, there is no job. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. I don't know if I've got my settings wrong because obviously I am employed, but I get like job offers all the fucking time to do like videography and like fucking social media management and producing and shit like that, which just blows my mind just because I've just got on there that I was a YouTuber for fucking 5 years. But yeah, it's just like these jobs like just pop up. I know obviously there's a lot of jobs out there, I'm not denying that, but they do just like pop up, and some of them just like stay there for fucking ages.
Yeah.
It's like, this job has had over 100 applicants. It's like, okay, have they just not taken the ad down, or have they had like over 150 people applying? They still haven't found the person.
Yeah.
You know, how hard is it to be podcast manager number 4? You know, as someone who has a podcast, it's pretty fucking easy, really. You know. But yeah, so no, I can definitely buy into that for sure.
It just seems logical.
Yeah,
It's an easier way. It's the easiest way to do it, and to get people to willingly just give you everything. You know, look what I've done for the past X amount of years, and where I've been, and what education I've got, and here's my contact details. You know, there's everything on there on your CV.
Yeah.
You know, here's even things I like, so now you can target ads to me as well. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's also like there has been reports of there are scammers everywhere, and there are people who post scam, like purposefully scamming would be people who want to apply for the job, and they pose as companies who actually exist and who may have a genuine job role they're offering, but they pose as them and do the same thing, farm your data and sell it on. So it might be just it's more that than anything else, but I do feel like the amount of jobs that, especially the ones that, like Jordan said, are on there for fucking ages.
Oh yeah,
Multiple tens, even hundreds of applicants, and it's still like, we've had this job up for 3 months, and we haven't found anyone for it.
Liar.
But we have sold about 300 people's data, allegedly.
Allegedly, that's it.
Keep this
yeah,
out of the
makes sense. Makes sense. And it's like Bailey, before we came on, you said, which directly affects me. And Lozzie, you've done 23andMe, haven't you? Yeah. Scott, have you done it? Do it.
No.
Bailey, do it. It's interesting. And it might be the answer to immortality, because there is a conspiracy out there. Because I think a Google subsidiary acquired 23andMe, and that subsidiary is all about like DNA cloning and shit. Could be completely butchering that and completely lying. Google thinks, well, be a bit ironic to Google a Google conspiracy, but basically there's a conspiracy that 23andMe, because they have your DNA, they have saved everyone's DNA, so when they master the cloning process or growing a human, maybe when I'm like 75, they could turn around and go, hey, do you have £250,000? We can grow you from when you did 23andMe at 27, 28 years old, and we can put you in a younger you, and you can live again. So that's pretty cool. Or I know that. Did you ever watch that movie with Ewan McGregor, The Island? I think it's got Scarlett Johansson in it as well. Where basically, they're like in this like paradise type. No, they're in like this facility, but it's kind of like a paradise place, I think. And basically, there's like a lottery system, and if you win the lottery, you get to go to like paradise sort of thing. But it turns out that actually they are living in a facility that clones people, and they are grown to be harvested by the real versions of themselves for like organ transplants and stuff. And when they win the lottery, it's actually because the real version of them, or the original version of them, needs like a kidney and stuff like that. So it could end up being something nefarious like that. Yeah. Because the clones have souls.
Ugh.
That's it.
So
let us know if you're a clone.
Are you a clone? Yeah, exactly. Subscribe.
I know, I think fairly recently, actually, 23andMe did actually have a data breach as well. So they've probably... someone's got your DNA.
Yeah, what they found out as well, obviously, I think you can request to get your profile and shit deleted, which they will do, but your DNA's in a different server.
I tell you what blew my mind about 23andMe. You can pay more to be given information of like how likely you are to die of horrible shit, and I was like, why the fuck? Why would I pay more? So how likely are you to die of coronary heart disease? Well, for 30 quid extra, we can tell you. Like, what the fuck?
Should it be a better business practice to incentivize people to pay to not receive that information?
Yeah, isn't it? We're going to tell you how you die unless you give us an extra 50 quid.
Ransom.
Yeah, didn't Chris Hemsworth get that and then take an extended break from acting?
Yeah, because I think he's got like a higher chance of Alzheimer's or something like that. which I think it was linked to stress or something like that, which is why he wanted to step away from acting for a bit. I think anyway.
I think he got that from one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Where it gives him kind of what you're likely to get.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So 23andMe. I found out I'm like 30% French, so I'm 3% Danish, a whole lot of English, and like a little bit Romany Gypsy, I think. So yeah, there we go. Right. Thank you, Lozzie. So, Bailey.
Yes.
Do you want me to do mine, or do you think you have enough?
I think I've got enough to go on for teasing. Right. So I reckon there's more to this. So I can go next if you like, or you can do yours. It's your call.
Go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to bring mine to local soil. Obviously, Scott's was over in the States. I'm going to bring mine to local soil. Have you ever heard or been to the town/city of Milton Keynes? Hey, look at he's smiling.
I think I've driven through.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what have you noticed anything like strange about Milton Keynes when you went there? When you drove through, did it feel like a normal town or city to you?
I believe so. The only weird thing, I don't want to take us off on a tangent. The only weird thing for me is, in my mind, Milton Keynes and Kings Lynn get mixed up. That's about as strange as Milton Keynes gets for me.
So Milton Keynes, obviously, is built on a very sort of grid-like structure. Compared to obviously, that's very typical in the States, where they're very straight roads and they're all in blocks and whatever.
Yeah.
Over in the UK, we'll just cut through anywhere, make our roads. But for some reason, Milton Keynes wasn't. Okay.
Right.
And it's very, very straight. Now, it's built in direct line of like a solstice, like the summer solstice, where the longest day of the year, and the way lines. Ley lines. Okay. Yeah. There is. Let me pull up the map so I can remember the street names, so I don't butcher this. So there is where the main sort of shopping centre is in Milton Keynes is called Midsummer Boulevard. Okay. And on solstice, the sun will rise right up through the middle of the Midsummer Boulevard and literally lies straight down there. Okay. Now they're saying that this Milton Keynes is linked to the Illuminati. Right?
No.
You didn't see that one coming.
I didn't.
Okay. So, do you know there's like 5 or 6 pyramids in Milton Keynes?
What?
Yeah, mate. There's like loads of structures that are built and shaped like pyramids. Okay, and with the Illuminati, obviously pyramids play a big part in it. What else plays a big part in the Illuminati? What's on top of the pyramid?
An eye.
The eye.
The all-seeing eye.
There's the all-seeing eye. Okay. Now, this is fucking weird. Okay. So along the Midsummer Boulevard, there is a pyramid at one end. It's called the Light Pyramid. Okay, and the sun will rise, line the light straight through the pyramid, all through Midsummer Boulevard, and it will go and hit the shopping centre. At the top of the shopping centre, it is shaped like the Eye of Ra. Okay, and the Eye of Ra, I don't know if you're familiar with the Eye of Ra, but it symbolises power and violence. Okay. Now, with the Illuminati and solstice, sacrifice was quite, it's been thrown about a little bit. Sacrifice has been brought up a few times. This one I did find a little bit strange. Okay, so next to, or just over, parallel with Midsummer's Boulevard, you have Child's Way. Okay, which goes to Midsummer Boulevard, which then goes all the way over to, bear with me a moment, let me get the right street here so I don't fuck this up. I think it's like Port Way, so it's like the child sacrifice on Midsummer to open the portal. The light goes through to the Eye of Ra. which symbolises violence. Now, what else is really strange about this as well? This time of year, there are videos of this online where there are weird sort of siren sounds that have no slight origin. Like they don't know which direction they're coming from. It's just coming from the sky. Okay? This is fucking, mate, I've been down a fucking weird rabbit hole, just fucking looking at shit. But it's like, there's like Freemasons that are linked to this as well. So all the pyramids that are dotted about, other little structures, if you line them all up, it makes the Freemason logo. It's weird. It just lines all up. But the sirens and the obviously I haven't got a video. So if you look it up, look for like the Milton Keynes siren sounds. There's a lot of clips out there of this just weird, horrible sound of just like whoa, just like going through the air, and people are like recording it, and they can hear it inside and outside. It was keeping people up. It was just fucking everything out. It's weird. But there's loads of, if you just look at Milton Keynes as well, just the structures are just weird. Like there's just weird, like everything's all weird circles, the way things all line up. It's a very strange place. So they're saying it's obviously the Illuminati. Another interesting thing that you brought up earlier, Jordan, was MK Ultra.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Milton
Keynes. Okay, the sirens were meant to, apparently, I don't know, this is just out there, but apparently the siren sounds are meant to be fucking with people's minds and fucking, playing with the brains, which are the sirens. MK, Milton Keynes. It's weird. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's a little bit sussy,
That's sick.
It's weird.
To be fair, you said about the sirens. There are, as far as I'm aware, it's more in America really, but there are like sirens that they use to deter people from, like, I don't want to say rioting, but they use them as like an anti-gathering, like a deterrent. So might be something like in that, to be fair, about the sirens.
That's
I believe as well. I don't know how close they're tied in as well, but I believe like the construction of Milton Keynes kind of lays over the MK Ultra stuff as well. Like it's like mid to late 60s, where like
Milton
it's a very
Keynes is that late.
Mate, Milton Keynes is a very new place. Like for UK times, it's a very new place. It's only like the 60s, I think it was opened up, which obviously lines in with MK Ultra. And it's just, you look at it, mate, it's just so weird. There's like everything's sort of like pyramid shaped. The sun going to the eye and the sacrificing and stuff. There's weird sculptures all around Milton Keynes. It's a weird place.
It's Milton Keynes.
Yeah, it's a weird place.
I'll tell you what.
Nuts.
If you want to start a football firm in Milton Keynes, you got a perfect name.
Yeah.
MK Ultras.
Well, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
That's it. The Dons. Fucking hell, that's fucking class, mate.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It goes deep, and I believe there is a lot more to it than that. Obviously, I haven't had a huge amount of time to research into this, but I believe there's a lot more to kind of look into and potentially dig a little bit deeper.
Mad. Wow. Fucking hell, lots to unpack there. Well, to digest, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking mad. Whoa. Okay. My conspiracy. Outdated. Prince Charles is a vampire? No, King Charles is. Yeah. Holy shit. So, I think the article I've got here doesn't like the royal family, because they're like, the royal family is a mystery in itself. Why do they still exist? And hey, listen, I'm not going to tell you if I like them or not. Certainly don't like Prince Andrew, but here we are. Don't think anyone actually does. But we're not going to go down that, oh, fuck the monarchy, or oh, I love the monarchy bollocks, all right? We're just going to keep that out of it, because fucking King Charles is Dracula, all right? So, what are we on about? How is there a link between King Charles and Count Dracula? Well, let's go back to who Dracula actually was, because although we have the fictional character who may or may not existed, the person it was based on certainly did. So in 1448, Vlad III, or Vlad III Dracula, claimed the throne to the Romanian Empire. His legacy sprouted from his insanely cruel treatment of his enemies. Do we know what Vlad's nickname was?
The Impaler.
The Impaler. Now, he was given that name for it's horrific and gangster in equal measure. So basically, he would literally impale his rivals on stakes in the ground, leaving them to die. So he'd have these big spears, he'd throw people on top of them, and then they'd just bleed out, which earned him the name of Vlad the Impaler. So, scholars claim that Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula, used Vlad the Impaler as inspiration for his infamous character, Count Dracula, the blood-sucking, garlic-hating, cross-fearing vampire. The story of the Count takes place on the hills of Transylvania, which, does anyone else know, is a real place, and it is in the eastern region of current-day Romania. That's pretty cool. Transylvania is a real place. Okay, so how does this all link into King Charles? Well, in 1998, he learnt through his great-grandmother that he is a blood relative of Vlad the Impaler, a.k.a. Dracula. His Romanian roots actually make him out to be Vlad's great-grandson 16 times removed. So I'm guessing that's 16 greats. Meaning that he is a 16th generation between the vicious ruler and the now king of England. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. Charles is actually quite fond of his lineage and often promotes Transylvania as a tourist destination. So you know them ads like, visit Scotland, it's fucking great. King Charles is the poster boy for Transylvania. He claims that Transylvania is in his blood. And not only that, right? He received an honorary title. So our King Charles is officially Prince of Transylvania. He actually has that title. So he owns several properties in the Romanian region and constantly goes there on holiday. Although I don't know how much he does that now as king, but I'm sure he still goes from time to time.
Probably does it more.
Yeah.
Maybe. Now there's even more to this, right? Because did you know that the royal family suffers from a disorder called porphyria?
No.
Now, porphyria is a blood clotting deficiency disorder thing. So, it's described as a form of very serious iron deficiency. Do you know the nickname for this disease?
Anemia.
Vampire disease.
It's vampire disease.
Fucking smash it.
That's it. Individuals who suffer from porphyria have an extreme sensitivity to sunlight. To the point where blisters form on their skin.
Jesus.
Who else isn't fond of sunlight?
Vampires?
Vampires.
Scott put his hand up just for context.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, Scott did put his hand up.
I didn't see that. So yeah, King Charles is a vampire, basically. And
is that why he's got them chubby little fingers?
Sausage fingers. Vampiric
his blood clots.
Fingers.
My little steaks.
Exactly. That's it. Little Richmonds. Little walls. Sausages.
Got to
get them spitting on a frying pan. So there we go.
Do you know also the sausages also blister as well. You know.
There we go.
That's it.
Lots of evidence there. I do also like the idea, you know, in a lot of vampiric fiction, vampires are often like aristocracy, aren't they? And I like the idea that, like, the higher echelons of society, even though we can literally see them in the daytime, but just ignore that for now. The higher echelons of society are actually like vampires. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Like all the royals and that, all of the lords and ladies of the lands.
Maybe they've got some, because they're so high up, maybe they've got some secret ritual to make them be in the sun.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. So yeah, King Charles.
Potions and
He's a
stuff.
bloody vampire. Is that treason? Might be now.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Allegedly.
you don't hear from me again.
Which of the parents are we thinking is the vampiric bloodline there then? Philip or Liz?
Not sure. It's on his great grandmother, but I didn't say which side.
Well,
it must be. No, it must
say
be.
Philip.
Well, no, because Philip isn't a. Is Philip royalty though? Because I know he's German. My royal history is not very good. I know obviously he would have been from a very high up family, and I could be completely fucking wrong, but I know that Queen Elizabeth's line is the royal line. Thus, she became the queen. Obviously, I'm not fucking any groundbreaking news here. But yeah, who knows? But then again, Germany is geographically closer to Romania, I guess.
Yeah.
Some logic.
That's it.
Wasn't Philip
Who knows?
Greek?
Oh,
Huh?
I thought Philip was Greek.
He's definitely German. He might be Greek as well.
a bit of that. Yeah, well, is
I
Greece
don't
closer to Romania? We're just going to work our way through Europe. Come on.
Let me search. Actually, I don't fucking care.
Sorry, no. That's terrible. I owe it to the viewers, don't I? Was Prince Philip Greek? Is literally what comes up. Yes, Prince Philip was born in Greece and was a member of the Greek and Danish royal families. Okay, so he is a royal. I don't know fucking
There we
anything, do I? Born in Corfu.
Corfu? I've been
Yeah.
there on holidays.
When he was 18 months old, his family was exiled after political turmoil.
Vampire.
That's it. The
That's why they left. It's too sunny in Greece for a
Lycans
vampire.
took over Greece, and everyone knows that vampires are at war with the Lycans. Those that don't know, Lycans are werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
So the Greek Lycan aristocracy fucking got them out of there,
Yeah.
allegedly. Don't want to get
Makes
sued
sense.
here by the fucking Lycans.
Imagine that.
Whoa, we didn't kick anyone out. Right.
We asked politely.
If you want to sue me, you'd have to reveal that you exist, so
Ah,
Oh, that's it.
is it worth it?
how that?
Is it fucking worth it? There we go. But yeah, vampires. Pesky little devils, aren't they?
They really
immortals.
are.
Bloody immortals. What the fuck did you just say? There you go, little. If you know, you know. What's that from?
That's it.
In the comments. Whoa, in the comments. Okay, let's get to the Patreon question of the day. Now, we've got some great questions, but we're doing a conspiracy episode, so I feel like we should focus on conspiracy questions.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do we have any conspiracy questions?
We do.
Ooh.
I'm going to ask one. Now, I kind of asked this earlier, but I didn't at the same time. I asked you guys, what's your what did I? No, I asked. What did I ask you about conspiracies? And I said the moon landing. Is that what I thought
You
was
asked
true?
What ones we thought were plausible or true, or ones we believe in.
Yeah,
That's the question, the pod, isn't it?
That is literally this question. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll go for Matt Jackson then, which is another one. Now this is an Atma reference, but still. Knowing of Lozzie's vehement disbelief in the existence of Finland, what do the rest of the team believe? Do they also follow the fish? Always follow the fish. But do we believe in the existence of Finland or not? For those that don't know, there is a conspiracy out there that Finland doesn't exist and it is actually a Japanese/Russian fishing route. And Nokia. What is it about Nokia? They've got
Nokia
rather
was...
than crates of phones, because Nokia have got crazy sales, but they haven't been a relevant phone in like 20 years.
Yeah.
And they're just transporting fish, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, where Finland is, fish have fins. It's actually a massive area where Japanese and Russian fishermen fish. Untapped reserves. Now, I'm going to interject here because not to say I believed it, but since that episode on the Atma podcast, I have actually met and worked with a Finnish man. So these people exist.
You mean Swedish?
Hang on a minute.
Fine.
Isn't there them sweets? Swedish fish. It's all linked.
Jesus.
There you go. It's all the same.
Yeah, that was part of the conspiracy, wasn't it? That the bits that are Finland are actually Sweden.
Yeah.
Extended.
Yeah.
Class, man. I don't know if you guys have seen Sisu. It's a Finnish legend. It's basically Finnish John Wick. Don't fuck with the Finns, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't fuck with the Swedes. That's all I'm going to say in reply to that.
Jesus.
There you go.
What do you guys think? Do you believe that Finland doesn't exist?
I'll have to go there to find out.
Ah,
That's exactly what we said.
have you been?
No,
Ah.
because it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Plot twist.
Well, do you want to hear something crazy
Always.
about Finland? And this is true. Finland doesn't have a word for please.
Sorry?
Yeah, Finland don't have a word for please. And also, after speaking to my Finnish friend at work, apparently, and this might just be him, so don't fucking shoot the messenger here. Apparently, Finnish people don't really do or understand the concept of. But maybe they don't understand the concept going a bit far. Basically, Finnish people don't do small talk.
Right.
So when he came over and learnt the language, etc., which apparently he learnt a lot from American movies, which is quite cool. The whole small talk thing, like making pointless conversation, he just didn't understand. Like, what?
Why are you talking?
Why are you doing that?
It's not efficient. There's no need.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, really nice guy, though. Really nice guy. Sometimes very to the point, but that's...
It makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, nice guy, though. But yeah, apparently they don't really do small talk, and they don't have a word for please.
So what do
they exist?
What do they say then?
I think they just, can you do this? Do this for me.
Do this now.
I would like this.
Can I have a beer?
Yeah, that's the shit.
No, you can have a Nokia.
You just get handed
Right,
a
it's
salmon.
Whoa.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, some Finland trivia for you. If they even exist. Which they do. I believe they do.
Question.
Yeah.
Or
I think
am I now a plant?
He's been infiltrated.
I have Nokia.
I think it's real. I think it's real.
There we go.
Just outed yourselves as NPCs.
Mm.
That's it.
What did I just admit to it? I just said it was real. What do I think the conspiracy's real, or do I think the country's real? Who knows?
Or are you
He's
saying?
playing the game. He's a double agent.
Or are you saying it's a real, like REEL, like you're reeling in the fish?
That's
it.
Fish pan.
Who knows what is real anymore?
Yeah.
It's good all be a simulation. Nothing is real. That's it. Well, that ties us over nicely. Yeah. Matt Jackson, thank you for the question. Guys, thank you for being here. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Studio and check out the Etsy. Etsy.co.uk or .com. Just go on Etsy. Download Etsy. Type in Drip Paranormal, all one word, double P, DRIP, PARANORMAL. Epic. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I've got a mullet, by the way.